Today we're delving into the life-changing, mind-altering teachings of Don Miguel Ruiz and his books, The Four Agreements. This short but powerful book uses principles of ancient Toltec wisdom to explain just how easy it is to completely transform your life for the better, using only your mindset. Originating from southern Mexico in the city of pyramids, the Toltec were known as men and women of knowledge who had formed a society to explore and conserve the spiritual knowledge and practices of ancient civilization. They held beliefs about freedom, happiness, and love that today can transform the average person's mindset from self-doubt and pain to joy and fulfillment. One important lesson that the Toltec teach is the idea of the smoky mirror. For this lesson, everyone in the world is a mirror. We are all much more alike than we think we are. When looking at each other, we should recognize our similarities and treat others with empathy and kindness. However, the smoke in between the mirror stops us from being able to recognize ourselves in others. It dampens our awareness and keeps us from relating to others and being truly happy. There's a way to help us see through this smoke, and these are the four agreements. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. Words are powerful, and the language we use to describe ourselves and our environment matters a lot. If we choose to gossip and think negatively about people or the world around us, we will end up suffering more. In fact, we can see the effect negative language can have on us in a scientific study from 2021. Scientists assigned two groups to read two different stories. One group read a story that used a lot of negative words like stressed, sad, dirty, and bad. The other group was given a very similar story, but this one used more positive language like excited, strong, good, and happy. The results showed that the group that read the positive story were in a better mood than, you guessed it, those that read the story with negative language. This study and others like it prove that being careful with our words can play a huge role in how we feel throughout the day. Even the way we speak to ourselves or self-talk is essential to our happiness and overall confidence. Take a look at one of our previous videos that does a deeper dive into self-talk in the description box below. This brings us to our second agreement: don't take anything personally. As human beings, we spend a lot of time in our heads. This can make it feel like every interaction or opinion formed about us is extremely important. However, according to the Toltec, the way a person acts or what they say is a reflection of themselves and their inner world rather than you. Miguel Ruiz describes hurtful treatment from others as their emotional garbage. And by taking it personally, you take their emotional garbage and start forming your own. If you want to dig deeper into this, there's a course on Mindvalley called Tapping into Emotional Mastery by Jennifer Partridge. Inside, she shows you how to jump into the driver's seat of your emotions and overhaul the emotional garbage that we carry around. This enables you to find and heal the wounds, which might be the root cause of your anxiety and self-doubt. Mindvalley, for those who don't know, is an online educational platform that provides courses, programs, and resources on a variety of self-improvement topics such as meditation and entrepreneurship. Check out the description down below to become a Mindvalley member today. Full disclosure, we are affiliates of Mindvalley, so we do get compensated if you sign up. Now back to the topic at hand. Moving on to our third agreement, don't make assumptions. Our minds have a tendency to make all kinds of assumptions about situations when we don't know the whole picture. We tend to fill in the blanks to try to better understand what others might be feeling. For example, we could assume that a friend canceling plans means that they don't enjoy our company, when in reality, it could have been that they had a really rough day or just couldn't make it for other reasons. We create negative stories and emotional garbage when we assume the worst about a situation. If you think back to the smoky mirror idea, you can see how making an assumption would add to the smoke and stop us from relating to the other person and being truly happy. To stop us from making assumptions, Miguel Ruiz writes that we should ask questions about situations and gather as much information as we can before coming to any conclusions. This saves us unnecessary suffering when we remain open to any reality rather than assuming the worst. The final agreement comes after we've mastered all the rest and is essentially the cherry on top of the agreement cake. This is about taking actions to achieve your goals, and it is to always do your best. This agreement is about giving your best shot in everything you do. Your best isn't perfection or anything more than what you can realistically achieve, and it can look different depending on the day. Some days just getting out of your bed is your best, and others running a marathon might be your best. Doing your best is relative to how you feel on a certain day. By giving your all to every challenge you face, you start to become someone others can rely on. on. And more importantly, if you do your best, you'll have no regrets, and eventually, with practice, your best will become better and better until you are truly living to your full potential. Living and practicing these ancient Toltec agreements can be truly life-changing. What do you think? Comment below with which agreements resonate the most with you, and as always, stay tuned.